Alright, welcome back. And last we left off here. And the tricky part was getting the arm styles. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to duplicate the black stripe and the bottom white stripe. Now, we are going to select the duplicated black and white stripes and move them up just a little bit. Right here. That'll be fine. I'm going to hide the logos for a second. So if you're following along, great. Now, we are going to select the black layer. And we're going to hold Command and click on the thumbnail, the layer thumbnail right here. So it selects that whole layer. Next, we are going to delete. We're going to click on the duplicated white layer and delete. Now, hopefully you're following along still. Now you're going to duplicate that again. You don't have to move it. Move the layer. But we're going to move it above the black one right here. And we're going to move it so it matches the sizes. Boom. Now, we're going to Command and click on that layer thumbnail and delete it from the black one. Now I'm going to hide this white layer for a second to show you the black. And with the polygonal lasso tool, I'm just going to delete that bottom black part that we don't need. Boom. And there we go. So we have our basic arm stripes, which is great. Now, hopefully you are where I am, and you want to make sure these are roughly in the same area as each other so you don't get lost to where they are. So there you go. I'm just going to move this down one. So I'm going to select all the ones from the hem and make those into a group. So boom, I know those are the hem stripe ones. And I'm going to, move all of the arm stripe ones and move them into a group. So I'm going to label them arm and hem. Arm and hem, arm and hem, arm and hem. So now let's select the whole arm group and let's move that over here in this area. We're not done with this. We're not just placing it there, don't worry. But what we are going to do is select. And you know what? Before we do that, let's actually make the striping look like actual striping. Make it look stitched on, I guess. And this is my little trick. If you have a better trick, go ahead and tell me. So here we go, hem. I'm going to use the right stripe. Nope, we don't want that one. We want that one. There we go. I'm going to double click on that, bring up the layer style, and we're going to bevel and emboss just a tad. We're not going to do it a whole lot, and we're going to soften it and bring the depth down a little bit. You probably won't notice a difference on white, and whatever. I still like to do it. Now you're going to click on inner shadow and make the distance 0. And on quality, you're going to go to contour and click this one with the 2 triangles. So you want that one. Bring up the choke to about 20 and then click the size up to about 50 and drag the size down until you get it where you like. I like it about right there. And now it's a little bit dark, so we're going to bring down the opacity just a little bit right there. That's good. Okay, good. Actually, you know what? We're going to go back and add a little drop shadow just so it's there. Just bring the distance down. That's all you have to do. So then we're going to right click on that layer and copy that layer style. And we're going to do the same thing with the black and same thing with the other white. Boom. Now with the black one, we dropped on the opacity on the inner shadow. We're actually going to go to the black one. Whenever you have a dark stripe, you want to make the opacity a little bit higher so you can see the in quotations, stitching. So I'm just going to put that to 100%. So right here, since I'm not making an away jersey, I'm just doing this file, I can actually merge these layers together. Because I'm not doing an away jersey, I don't have to worry about changing the striping. If you're doing an away jersey of the same one you're doing, I recommend keeping the layers separate so you can change the color very easily. But I'm not doing that, and if you're following along, you shouldn't be doing that either unless you want to. So that step is really up to how you're doing the rest. So next, what I'm going to do is filter, go to noise, add This is just to give the striping a little bit of texture. Put on 4, and hem striping is basically done. All you have to do now is keeping that layer selected, or layers. You might have to do this. If you didn't, see, this is where it gets tricky and confusing, and I'm sorry that I'm doing this. This will just do it. Just go to the group, select the whole group, command select the thumbnail of the jersey, but still having the group selected. Go up to layer, layer mask, reveal selection, and then it's keeping, you're not deleting the outside. The outside is still there. You're just keeping it within that mask. So boom. Hem striping is basically done. Now we're going to go to the arm striping and paste that layer style to the arm stripes that we have. Now hopefully you didn't do anything else to the layer style since I was talking, so it should be fine. Now again, I am not doing an away jersey. If you are doing away jersey, keep them separate, but I am not, so I'm going to merge all of them. Then I'm going to filter and add noise, and I'll keep the same. And for this, I'm actually going to add a little bit of drop shadow, distance 0. And you know what, the size will bump up to 6. And we can rasterize that if you want. Now we're going to do the same thing here. Have the group selected. Command click on the thumbnail for jersey color, layer mask, reveal selection. So now it's in the middle of the jersey. That sucks, right? Pretty simple fix right here. We're going to open up the arm folder, and we're just going to click on that layer that I have my striping on. And this is where the pen tool comes in handy with the path. You don't want to have it on shape, you want it on path. And what you're going to do is, see, I gave my anchor point right here, and I'm just going to go along the outlines of the jersey right there, and I'm going to curve it so it has a nice curve to it. Boom. Ooh, 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 ooh. Let's back up. Let's back up here for a second. I caught myself. Duplicate the arm layer first before you change the way it fits the jersey, because the other side of the jersey is not the same. So we're just going to duplicate the striping layer and flip it horizontally, and then you can add it here to the other side. Now I'm going to merge the two layers because it doesn't really matter. So now we're going to go back down and pen tool, and we're going to click right here, drag it a little bit so it fits the jersey. Good. Go around. I'm just clicking randomly now because it doesn't really matter. And we're swooping to the other side of the jersey, and we're making that there. So now we're just going to click around the extra and connect. So now right here, you're going to press selection, OK, and delete. Boom. So there's the base of our jersey. Now, let's bring in the logos. Home logo. Oh, wrong layer again. Now, you don't want to resize it just yet. What we're going to do is take the colors out to make it look embroidered. This is my way of doing it without an actual embroidered software. This is just me using Photoshop, just a quick, make it look like it's kind of embroidered on. So we're going to use the magic wand tool, and we're going to uncheck contiguous, and we're going to take out all the black first. So what I did, whoops, I should probably redo that. What I did was I clicked on the black, copied, and paste. So if we delete the main layer, we have all of our black selected with a little bit of white. So since this is an all grayscale logo that we have right here, I'm going to move the tolerance down to 20, and we're going to redo that. We're going to redo that step. So I hope that's better. Yeah, it's a little better. All right, so now what we're going to do is double click on that and add a bevel. Soften it all the way. Inner shadow, and the inner shadow is going to be basically the same thing as you did before. Make sure it's the two triangles. I don't know what you'd call it. I'm going to bring it in so it looks like it's stitched. Opacity will bring up a little bit. Choke, bring down a little bit. And right there, that's good. Now we're going to copy that layer style, and we're going to go to the white part of it. Make sure you're on back to the main logo layer. Select the white, and paste layer style. That's a little bit much, so we're going to lower the opacity. Oops. Boom. We're going to lower the choke a little bit too. Oh, you know what? I mean the size. We're going to make the size a little bit lower. That's good. So now we don't need to take out the silver since silver is on the outside. We want it to make it look like that's the main based embroidered layer. So we're just going to go over to back to the main layer and paste layer style. And it would just add it to the outsides rather than all the shapes on the inside too. Lower the opacity because we don't need that much. And we're just going to merge all those layers so it's back to one logo. And add noise. So it gives a little bit of texture. So there's the logo. You can resize it now. I use Command T to get this box right here. And we're going to resize it. And this logo is really messed up. I never really know what the center is, but that looks about good. I might actually enlarge the logo just a little bit. Those logos are a tad larger. I know that's leaking into that stitching, but whatever. So there we go. I'm actually going to add a little bit of drop shadow right here. Distance down. I'm going to move that to 6. So good. I'm going to end this part here. Hopefully you are perfectly where I am. If not, I'm sorry. I think I've been a little bit confusing in the past of this, but hopefully you are where I am right now, and I hope to see you in the next video.